Hello, and welcome to Knockboom Creek. Here we discuss all things paranormal, extraterrestrial, and cryptid. On today's episode, be careful what you play with. Winchester was quiet, peaceful, boring. At least that's what Isabel, Leo, Maya, and Finn thought. To spice up their lives, they formed the Winchester Occult Club. They met every Friday night, experimenting with spells and rituals from old books. Most of it was harmless fun, that is, until the day Isabel found the box. While walking home from school, Isabel stopped at an antique shop. She'd passed by many times, but had never been inside. Isabel wandered around, looking at all the wonders the shop had for sale. Then she saw it, an ornate wooden box. It almost called to her. As she picked it up, an old woman came running up, snatching the box out of Isabel's hands.
No, no, no! Those are my friends! They aren't for sale!
Quickly, the shop owner came running. Mom, it's all right. Go sit back down in your chair. He handed the box back to Isabel. I'm sorry, my mother has a touch of dementia. She thinks her friends are trapped in that box, the poor thing.
Why would she think her friends are trapped in this box?
Oh, it's silly. There is a legend about this box. They call it the knock box. The spell is inside the lid. It says, blood of 3, knock of 3, from inside, souls let free. But it's just a bunch of hocus pocus. The friends my mother claims are in that box are fine. I've met them. And as far as that box, to be honest, I was keeping candy in it, up at the counter until last week.
I see. So this box isn't really magic or haunted then?
Oh no, everything in here is haunted, my dear. Each object is an echo of the past. The shop owner looked up at Isabel and could see she was intensely hanging on to each word that left his mouth. But as far as magic... Probably not. I will throw in some candy if you decide you want it. Makes a great candy dish. She had to have it. She paid for the box. This was the real deal. A chance to experience true magic. Or at least something better than that Ouija board Finn borrowed from his brother. She couldn't wait to tell the others. She looked inside at the inscription. The spell was right there. So short, so simple. She couldn't wait for the meeting on Friday. She returned home and placed the knockbox on her desk. She finished out her day, very uneventful compared to the antique shop, and went to bed. That Friday night, Isabel couldn't get to the meeting fast enough. She burst through the door, box in hand, and announced,
I found something amazing.
They huddled together, their faces illuminated by flickering candlelight, as Isabel revealed the box and the story behind it. A sense of anticipation, mixed with a touch of trepidation, filled the air. They were about to delve into something ancient and unknown. The ritual was simple, but the atmosphere was electric. Following the instructions, they, Leo, Maya, and Finn, each pricked their fingers, each letting a single drop of blood fall inside the box. Then Isabel closed the lid. Nothing happened.
Is that it?
Suddenly, a loud knock echoed from within the box. They all jumped back, startled. The knocking continued, rhythmic and insistent. It was as if something was trapped inside, desperate to get out. Then the box's lid flew open. An eerie glow filled the room. Then the box slammed shut with a boom! Just as quickly as it had started, it stopped, and it was quiet and still once more. The days that followed were strange, filled with an unsettling sense of unease that none of them could quite put their finger on. At first, the changes were subtle, almost imperceptible to the untrained eye. One of the cherubs on the box seemed to have shifted its position slightly. At the same time, Leo developed a nervous habit of constantly smiling. Then another cherub's eyes appeared wider, more terrified, as if it had seen something unspeakable. Maya became increasingly anxious and was acting out of sorts. Each change in the carvings was mirrored by a corresponding change in one of the friends, as if the box was somehow connected to their very souls. It was as if the box was slowly absorbing their essence, feeding off their emotions and fears.
This isn't a coincidence, is it? There has to be a reason for all of this.
Finn whispered one night, his voice trembling with a mix of fear and curiosity. He pointed to the box, where one of the cherubs now bore a striking resemblance to him, its carved eyes filled with a chilling emptiness that mirrored his own. Finn himself seemed distant, withdrawn, a shadow of his former self, lost in thoughts that he couldn't escape. Fear began to creep into their excitement, turning their curiosity into dread. The box wasn't just a curiosity anymore, it was a threat, a dark presence that loomed over them, changing their lives in ways they couldn't understand or control. The transformations accelerated. The carvings on the box became more grotesque, the cherubs contorted in agony. Isabel watched in horror as her friends became mere reflections of their former selves. Their personalities warped and diminished. They no longer attended school, no longer laughed, no longer engaged in the world around them. They were trapped both figuratively and literally by the box's power. Isabel was desperate. She tried everything to reverse the ritual, to open the box, but it was no use. The knocking from inside grew more frantic, more desperate. She had unleashed something she didn't understand, and it was consuming her friends. Then one evening she returned home to find the house eerily quiet. She called out for her friends, but there was no answer. She walked over to her desk and found the box. The cherubs now mirror images of her friends. She heard a creak from behind her. She turned and saw her friends.
Hello, Isabel. We have been talking, and we think we know what we need to do about the box.
Yes, we need to go to the antique shop to talk to Elizabeth.
Elizabeth? Who is Elizabeth?
The old lady that said her friends were trapped in the box. She might have answers.
Oh, I don't remember the shopkeeper saying her name.
Maybe you forgot, but he definitely did.
Oh, okay. Well, I suppose we can go tomorrow after school.
No. We must go now.
Yes, we mustn't wait. Who knows what else the box will do?
Please, Isabel, let's go now.
Isabel reluctantly agreed, and they went to the antique shop. They arrived right before 5. The four entered the antique shop. They made their way down the aisles.
Hello? Hello, is anyone here?
Hello, can I help you find anything?
The old woman appeared from behind the counter, her face kind and her eyes giving no hint to have knowing Isabel.
Can I help you, children?
She asked, confused as to why 4 people were just staring at her.
Hello, ma'am. We were wondering.
Isabel was interrupted.
Hello, Elizabeth.
The old woman, even more confused, looked on as Leo, Maya and Finn stepped past Isabel.
It's been a while.
The old woman's eyes lit up and a life long forgotten returned to them.
My friends!
They all embraced each other as if reuniting after a lifetime. Isabel looked around in confusion. Elizabeth looked up at Isabel.
Thank you, dear, for returning my friends. I was once like you. I sent my friends away on accident. I didn't believe the power of the box. Now you must guard it with your life. If anything happens to it, your friends' souls will be lost forever.
The faces staring back at her were that of Leo, Maya and Finn, but she could tell that they were no longer them.
How do I get my friends back?
When 3 others take their place.
Is that the only way?
Well, in my research I learned that there is supposed to be a way to unlock the box's power, and that should release your friends as well. Unfortunately, I never figured out quite how to do that. I really don't even know if it's true. Take it from an old woman, child. Don't let the box take your life too. It will drive you mad. Keep the box safe and live a long, happy life.
The box felt heavier now, not just in weight, but in the burden it represented. Isabel could almost feel the trapped souls inside, their anguish and despair seeping out into the world. She studied the carvings, memorizing every detail, every groove and line. She would not rest until she found a way to undo what had been done. Her room became a workshop, filled with books on ancient languages, woodworking tools, and sketches of the carvings. She spent hours each day meticulously trying to decipher the inscription inside the lid, hoping it held a clue to breaking the curse. The weight of responsibility was immense. She was no longer just a teenager dabbling in the occult. She was the custodian of countless souls, their fates intertwined with hers. The knockbox, once a source of excitement and wonder, was now a constant reminder of the fragility of life and the devastating consequences of unchecked curiosity. With their friendship restored, Elizabeth and her friends did not keep in touch with Isabel. They wanted nothing more than to forget about the whole ordeal. Everyone else in her life seemed to disappear as well, leaving Isabel alone with the box, the weight of its secrets pressing heavily upon her shoulders, and the echoes of their story lingered in the air, a haunting reminder of what had transpired. Isabel never forgot the lessons learned, The experience had changed her, deepened her understanding of the unknown. She continued to study the box, to research its origins, delving into ancient texts and forgotten lore, to search for a way to permanently break its curse. Her quest for knowledge became an obsession, a relentless pursuit. The knockbox became her life's work, a puzzle she was determined to solve, a constant reminder of the power and the danger that lay hidden beneath the surface of the ordinary, and the peril hidden beneath the surface of the ordinary. She knew the box held secrets that could change the world. She knew that as long as the box existed, there would always be a risk. The potential for misuse was ever present. The allure of the unknown, the temptation to explore forbidden realms, the temptation to meddle with forces beyond our comprehension would always be present. It was a siren call to the curious and the brave, and so Isabel dedicated herself to safeguarding the box, to protecting the world from its potential harm, to ensuring that its secrets would never again be used to harm another soul. She became its guardian, its keeper. The knockbox remained a mystery, an enigma wrapped in shadows. But it was now a mystery tempered with caution, a relic of a bygone era, a testament to the enduring power of friendship and the bonds that hold us together, and a solemn reminder of the price of unchecked curiosity. The knockbox's legacy was a story of caution, of respect for the unknown. Don't forget to like and subscribe and come back for more tales. From Knockboom Creek, good night.